Hello. 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 Good morning. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. My name's Mikey. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the morning news. I had my power off for the microphone. Hashtag pro. Thanks, mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name's Mikey. Welcome to the morning news. Today is the day we talk about the Adeptus Mechanicus Codex and maybe how we fix it. But before we do that, I like to say hello. I like to chat to the chat. So if you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. Say hi. If you're not new here, insult me in some way. You know? Insult me in some way possible. I'm sure you won't struggle. But let me say hello to everyone who's here. Decknor, good evening. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you. Mercenary Q, good to have you. Good to have you. Stanley Pedal, classic timing. Hello, Stanley. Red Dark Eye, good morning to you. Ginger Steve, hello. Alex Shilver, hello, mate. How you doing? Good to have you. Good to have you. Organ, good morning, mate. Congress Dewey says pro. I know, I am a pro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dear Wag, hello to you. Lambo, morning. Did you know you're competing with Boris Johnson on the COVID inquiry, so you better be entertaining? Maybe you just react to the COVID inquiry as Congress has just suggested. Maybe react to the COVID inquiry, then I get the best of both worlds, you know? You're going to talk for half an hour and see if 100 gifted members appear. Well, Steve, if they don't, I'll have to ban you from chat, because clearly you're not pulling your weight. Speaking of which, we are trying to hit 15 members every single stream. So if you'd like to support the channel, become a member for as little as £1.99 a month. And join the boys club. You get to join our Discord as well. Get to chat to me, get to hang out with me. So that's always fun. Insult equal your beard, while better than mine, could be even better if you try. I haven't had a shave in like 3 weeks. I had a shave since I was in Atlanta. It shows. It shows. I'm just an unkept man. I'm an unkept man. I'm on my phone at work. Can't gift. Joker, you tell me anything. You're a goofy guy, a real goofy dude. I am quite goofy, to be fair. He's more of a bozo than you. True. Boris the bozo. That's what it should be to go down in history as. No, bozo's too nice of an insult. Let's just stick with prick. Organ, thank you very much for the 19 months. Absolute legend. Thank you for the 19. Look at that. I'll give one later. Too lazy to go on my PC at the moment. Yeah, fair enough. Just caught up on the tattoo stream. Yeah, supposedly the chat want me to get a tattoo. And I'm going to let chat choose my tattoo if we make 1,000 members. Which we are quite a way off yet. But it's a fun goal nonetheless. So if we ever hit 1,000 members, I'll let chat decide what I get tattooed on my body. Read video suggestions. Stream suggestions for Wednesday. Roast my list. Go through members list on stream. I did that a long time ago. It's actually super popular. There's also that play on tabletop 3D printing video. What 3D printing video is everyone reacting to? What is everyone reacting? What 3D printing video is everyone reacting to? And who's reacting? I haven't heard anything about it. I say everyone, I saw one video. Who reacted to what? Play on 3D printing. Thank you so much for playing my game. Oh, this one. Dispelling myths about 3D printing. Play on tabletop response. About that one?
1, 2, 3, 4.
One of the guys on Play on Tabletop is a tattoo artist. Clearly you need to go to Canada and collab them to get your tattoo. Are they doing a tattoo thing as well? But I'm so influential, guys. I'm just so influential. Interesting. It's a 43-minute video though. But this guy's like super into 3D printing. I've seen a lot of his stuff. He like every video is about 3D printing, bar that one. 3D print, 3D print, 3D print. they're all massive, to be fair, but that was where he like 3D printed the guard box before it came out. So I imagine it's a very, very nuanced take with a very balanced approach to 3D printing. Guys of all trades, thanks for the 40 months. Morning, are we talking about that play on tabletop weird jab at printing? I didn't really see much. I saw our video that Play On did. I thought it was pretty well balanced. Was it a jab? Did I get it wrong? When was it? Have they deleted the video? Was it that bad? I saw the first one that Nick did. It was kind of saying like it is a hobby. It's pretty fun. We like printing cool things. It was very much a play on tabletop video. You know what I mean? They took the video down. Holy shit! Oh, the drama. Everything is a jab if you look hard enough for the drama. True. True. I didn't think it was that bad of a take. I thought it was like a pretty, like a very play on take. And by that, I mean very surface level. Like, they do make very, very good content. But their opinions are usually very surface level because they don't upset anyone. Very, very American trying to be big, you know? But anyway, Gaz, thanks so much for the 40 months. You're a fucking legend. Also, Science Pie, thanks for the 16 months. Good morning. How do I cancel this again? You actually can't. You actually only can upgrade, I'm afraid. The newer video highlighted cost, but also picked weird surface level hills to die on. Oh, okay. I think they've removed it. That's a shame. Chat, I need you to go sleuthing. Find the video. Find the video. Go deep. We only have the... I guess the only way we can watch the video is by watching the response to the video. Is this why they deleted it? Because of this...
All told, we need to print about 70 Space Marines before we saw any savings here. And that's 70 Space Marines of the exact same 5 poses.
Okay, yeah, so that, yeah.
Okay, that was a bit of a dumb take. That one line that we've seen was a bit of a dumb take. I don't really fancy watching a 40-minute response, though, to what, a 10-minute video.
For a fraction of the price? It's 2020.
It's really, it depends on the customer, you know. It's like everyone's, yeah, like recently I did that video.
And obviously, he's not going to play the full video. He's just going to, like, talk, which is what you're supposed to do when you react to things. Talk about specific moments, which means we don't have access to the original video, which means I can't react to that, which would probably be better.
And come pre-support.
Rather than talking about an opinion about the video. But if you're going to, like, shit on 3D printer bros, then as soon as a 3D printer bro comes out and says, well, you're being stupid, everyone's just going to agree with that. Every printer guy is just going to agree with this guy. Again, like, this guy makes some really good content, but his opinion is going to be super skewed towards 3D printing rather than, like, a balanced take. So... What video is this? About play on tabletop and 3D printing. Basically saying it's... I don't really know the take because I saw it so long ago. But they removed the video, so I can't go back and watch it. Upset to 3D printers, they're all pirating scumbags. I think 3D printing has a really good place in the hobby. It's why I promote it so much, you know? But... it's one of those, it's kind of like, with great power comes great responsibility. You can print a lot of naughty things with 3D printers, and it's very, very good at ripping off Warhammer. But watching, like printing, like, alternate stuff, printing additional stuff, printing, like, alternate models, extra weapons is, in my opinion, okay. Like, because there's nothing more annoying than, like, finding, like, a Grav Devastator squad, for example, and only getting 2 when you can take 4. If someone printed out 2 extra guns and used the original models, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. You know? But like printing direct rip-offs and just printing an entire army that's a direct rip-off, in my opinion, is a bit shitty. You know? Like, printing my head to put on your Space Marine army is pretty funny, you know? And I think that's probably okay. And printing custom heads is pretty okay. And you don't just have to print models as well. Like, I've been printing this. You know? Like, this is a miniature display case. Like, I'm making a video about it. It's got a magnetized front so you can swap it out. You know? And, like, this is printed for, like, really cheap. Made for really cheap. It's going to have lights in it. It's going to have shells in it. And, like, stuff like this is really cool for 3D printing. Now, if you just go 3D printing shit, then you'll never get to experience, like, being able to make something like this yourself, which is actually really cool, you know? It's also good, as Ashley has just said, in, like, printing games that aren't available anymore and printing stuff that isn't available anymore, which is also, in my opinion, pretty fine. Like Warmaster. Warmaster is an old epic, essentially epic fantasy, you know? It's old world, but epic. It's tiny scale. And you can't buy that. So, like, all the rules are available online because people have, like, copied them out. Yeah, it's a fully pirated game, but who cares, you know? Honestly, once has got a pretty balanced take on this. Interesting. Watching from a food court in Sapporo, trying to learn some more Japanese. Glad I caught the reaction to the reaction part. Well, I'm glad thanks to you, Jimmy. I hope you're doing well. All the Australian and New Zealand folk 3D print because fuck paying $100 for Orican. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, true. Can't get 100 members now because we made him rant about 3D printing. Can't win, can I? Anyway, I'm gonna get a tattoo at 1,000 members, so become a member. 3D printing for years, mainly used for conversions of weapons for 4K. Used loads for D&D. I think like for D&D as well, it's like huge because like there isn't really like a huge customized range for D&D. There is a range now, but it's relatively modern. Did I miss the Admech bashing? No, it's not started yet. I think 3D printing is good when used as a supplement to your hobby. Yeah, I agree. I think supplement to the hobby is probably the best idea. I think you can just go out and 3D print an army. And I actually think when you're like testing lists, like if you're going to go out and like go, I'm going to run this list I've never run before, and it's going to cost me like 400 quid to get the models. I've never tried it. If you 3D printed some proxies for some practice games, fucking go ham, mate. Go ham. I do shit like that all the time. Because I'd rather use a model rather than using something that's completely wrong. You know, I'd rather use something that's similar. You know? I think that's like totally okay for like proxying for like practice games for a tournament, or you're not sure if you want this model yet, you want to try it out in a game first. Yeah, fine. Rip-offs for practice, yeah, go for it. Fucking YOLO, you know. If you're going to go to a tournament, or you're gonna like, if you're gonna like paint it up and use it as part of your army all the time, then it's like, But I'd rather have something that's similar to like practice out, you know. Like, I'm starting to look at, like, different Space Marine lists. I'm not going to go out and spend, like, £300 on, like, 18 aggressors for a practice game, you know? I'm going to use a proxy. I'm going to play on TTS, probably. TTS is just proxies all over. But then when I actually, like, want to, like, use the army in, like, an official... an official game, whether that's, like... Oh, I'm going to paint up my army now. I'm not, like, scrumming... You know, I think there's a difference between, like, a scrum game and just, like, a casual game on a Tuesday night. That's very different. Then, yeah, I'll probably use, like, some sort of proxies, something that looks similar, you know. The problem is, as well, is rip-offs are so easy to find. I mean, I'm planning on printing an army for something, but that's because the original models are garbage and all. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if it's like a themed idea, then it's also fine, I think. I think there's like a nuance to it. And I think a lot of people just go all in on just printing like real knockoffs where it's like literally a 3D scan and just like printing those, which I think is pretty bad. But like, if you're going to go like, I'm going to print a Necron army, but the Necron army is like Star Wars themed. They've all got 4 legs. They're all droid decals themed or something like that. I'd be like, yeah, go for it. You know, that's pretty cool. If there's like someone with a Patreon which is doing like a really cool themed army and it kind of fits another army, like One Page Rules is probably like a good example of like pretty close.
Shoulder have 3D printed some Inceptors made.
Thanks, mate.
116 t-shirt when?
I think a 116 t-shirt would be pretty funny, but thank you so much for the 5, Steve. Appreciate you all the time. But no, like more like seriously, like I think there's like a nuance to it. If you just 3D printing stuff that looks exactly the same, I think it's pretty bad. Unless you like just practicing it behind closed doors at home. If you go into a hobby store using 3D printed copies, get fucked. That's not right. Shadowson, you know what I mean. I'm literally like spitballing. You know what I'm saying, you know? You understand the idea, you know? If it's like a theme, you know, like cheese stealers. Cheese stealers and One Page Rules, okay, are like really good examples. Like cheese stealers are a 3D printable army. Cheese stealers STL. Let's have a look. Hey, Mercenary, thanks so much for the gifted sub, man. Really appreciate it. Look at that, 1 out of 15. Just a few more to go. Thanks so much, buddy.
Gifted member.
Right, here's a great example of a themed army, okay? These are what's known as cheese stealers. Let's just pull them up. 3D printable cheese stealer cult vermin. These are Skaven, really. Skaven. But they're Gene Stealer, they're a proxy army for Gene Stealer cults, okay? Called Cheese Stealers. It's great, it's really funny. It's actually hilarious. They're made by that evil one. You know? You know, this is like the collection of models. So you've got some bikes, Cheese Stealer Cult Tunnel Riders. So this is like the Jackal Alphas and stuff like that. This is a great example of like a themed 3D printed army because like it's the idea behind it is this isn't made, it's kind of fun, you know. But if you're just going to go off and 3D print like copies of things and then use them in like a public place, I think playing at home with proxies is fine. I think if you wouldn't go to a hobby store and use MDF bases, you know what I mean? You'd buy models because you're in a hobby shop. You're supposed to be supporting the place you play, you know? Based on proxies for old world. It's the same. If it's like a theme, if it's an idea, if it's similar, then it's probably fine. But if it's like a direct copy, like for example, I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you where. I'm going to find it and then show you a screenshot. You know. There was something I saw on Cults 3D the other day. I don't know why I said that. There's something I saw the other day. I'm such an idiot. I was like, I'm not going to tell you where I found it, and then I instantly say it because I'm trying to stall for time. Anyway, it's actually been taken down, so it's probably okay. So on Cults 3D the other day, I saw like 3D scans of like Tomb Kings. Okay, so it's like the Tomb King Skeleton Warrior kit, but there were 3D scans of the original models. That's not fair. That's literally stealing. They don't sell them anymore. They're gonna sell them very soon. Not showing us where, just telling us where. Yeah, literally. They've been taken down anyway, which is good. But they were like, someone was selling STLs of like 3D scans of the miniatures, so you can just print them out and then they're the exact same because they're 3D scans, you know? And like, that's not really right. That's especially because this guy was selling them as well. It's like, you can't profit off someone else's IP. That is literally illegal. That is called copyright theft. But like that sort of stuff is like, in my opinion, not right. Okay. But if you're using it in like at home to practice, like do what the fuck you want. You can use blue tack for all anyone cares. You know, Use blue tack on bases. When I was learning Age of Sigmar, I don't think I'll have a picture now. When I was like learning Age of Sigmar, when I was like practicing armies, I was using MDF bases. We literally had me, Toby, and Louis had MDF bases. We were writing the units down on the base, and that was it. Because line of sight isn't a thing in AOS, you know. Like that's fine, you know, because we're at home. I'm not going to go to a hobby store and use bases. I'm not going to go to a tournament and use just bases. I'm not going to be like get a random pickup game and use MDF bases. But like practicing in your own enclosed quarters is totally fine, you know what I mean? Don't you want? You can use fucking anything. I've used a teacup in a tournament, bearing in mind, so I'm pretty well versed in using proxies in tournaments. I use a teacup as an Invicta warsuit. The point is like, stand-ins are fine. Alternate models are fine. Direct copies are probably not fine. So what you're saying is Pirate Bay is fine, then just don't put it on movie night. Listen, I didn't say anything along those lines. If you want to read between the lines, that's on you. Lost King miniatures aren't really themed, they're just better. But they're like alternate sculpts. They're not like direct copies, I don't think. Allegedly, yeah, literally. Even GW used Proxy 2nd edition and a cardboard old Dreadnought. Very true. Do you make money off a Rogel Dawn bottom? Yeah, it was an original designed piece. And that's like an example of like a supplement. And also I didn't make money because I donated it all to charity. I donated it all to Gendered Intelligence. The line being 3D scans and shit are bad, but company artists have redone the similar theme like Egyptian skeletons, but with some differences is fine if I understand you correctly. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that's it. So like 3D scans and like just like direct imitations is not right. But like theme stuff is great. Like look at like what do they call it? Tabletop Time have just done. They've just released like a whole custom Space Marine army on Kickstarter. It's made like $100,000 or whatever. What is it called? Space Bears. Kickstarter. Like these, you know. They just made 200,000 Australian dollars, so at least £50. 50 US British pounds. These are like they're Space Marines, but they're not really. They're inspired, you know. These are fine. These are great. You know what I mean? This is like a custom army, and it's a theme. It's Space Bears. There's no Space Bears in 40k. You know, these are like, yeah, you can probably tell what they're supposed to be, but that's fine. You know, that's okay. You're allowed to use proxies. Proxies have been around for years, you know. But that's all they are. There's proxies. So you have to make sure you get like permission from whoever you're playing with or playing at, you know. Like, am I playing in a tournament? Need to ask the TO. Am I playing a friend? They probably know that I've got a Space Bear army because I've been sending them pictures every week. Am I playing a random person? Hey mate, I've got this like custom army, do you mind? And then you'd be like, yeah, fine. You know? But the problem is when people just go, oh yeah, I've 3D printed this model that's like a direct copy, you know? I've made this model and it's like one for one, you know? It's like 3D scan or Word, or like it's just straight up redesigned, you know? Hey, Organ, thanks so much for the gifted membership. Really appreciate you. Dunra, make sure you thank you to Organ UK for letting you join our Discord now for 30 days. Also, I'm not sure why the goal hasn't updated properly. I will get that sorted. Let's see if it'll catch up. Should be on 2. I'll start in a minute.
Rejoined.
a Warhammer miniature. But standings are totally fine. Direct copies have never been fine. You wouldn't like it's like using China cast. That's, obviously, we all know that's not fine. We all know people do it, but we also all know it's not fine. It's not okay. I find when you're waiting months for certain models to go back in stock, it makes people really want to print copies for events. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, we had like a really bad situation when we first started running events again at post-COVID, because Forge World and Games Workshop were like out of stock because production was just through the floor. And everyone was running Contemptors, like Contemptors with Volkite. And there were so many 3D prints of like the weapons, it got to a point where it was just like, we can't control this now. Like, everybody has got 3D printed Volkite, you know? And it was like really, really bad. And I kind of just said to everyone, like, 3D prints aren't allowed. We're not doing copies, we're not doing stand-ins. We're not doing 3D prints at all at this point. Because I was like putting my foot down. But really, everyone just kind of ignored it and just went, well, we can't buy Volkite, what we're supposed to do. And I'm like, am I supposed to let everyone use las cannons as Volkite because they can buy those? Not really. But like, yeah, like, it comes to a point where like people will just do it because they feel like they have to. No, really, there shouldn't ever be a situation where they feel like they have to. They should just be able to buy it. But at the same time, it's like, you've got to try and enforce it, but also if the players can't get the units they need because it's like a funny one, because it's like, yeah, it's an event, you should be using copies. It is only the guns most of the time, so you kind of go look past it, but really it's not allowed, you know. Like fair use, think if you're looking at a 3D print, would you consider it transformative? Exactly, yeah. How many cyclic ion blasters did you do with plastic? Also true. Also true. There's also the X is out of stock, so I use this copy till I get a real one. Feels different having copied army. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of the time you can kind of look past it, but people are going to start like printing entire armies to use at tournaments. That's just a copy. It's probably not okay. It's not okay, really. Let's be honest. But ultimately, you can't stop people's actions. You can't control other people. You just kind of just got to let them crack on, deal with it, do their thing. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do, you know? Same with Death Company, where you want 10 power fists. It's so difficult to get 10 legit fists, so 3D printer is a lifesaver. Basically, just be a fucking Space Marine gamer like me. Oh, you want 10 hand flamers and 10 power fists for Death Company? Got them in my bits box. You know? They're in my bits box. What are you playing at, mercenary? Sort it out. But now the joke is like yeah, like trying to get like extra bits when they make it an option and then they don't like supply them in the kit, which is like really frustrating. But then would you rather them go, oh, they can only take one power fist, one power sword, etc.? You know? Like, would you rather that, or would you rather like the option of having more? I don't really know. Never heard of eBay. Also true. Well, that's the thing. It is a bit frustrating when you've got to like go out and like go to eBay to get extra bits rather than just having them in the kit. I'd rather they sell bits. They won't sell bits. It's not worth it. What are you going to charge for a hand flamer? 20p? So you're going to make someone find it, clip it off the sprue, put it into a shipping container of some sort, and ship it for 20p. It's not worth it. They will never do that. They used to because they're a small company. Then they got too big. They won't do it anymore. They're too big. Go to bit sites, yeah. 20p plus £3 postage. Okay, now, yeah, so you've 20p to parcel it. £3.50 covers the shipping cost and the packaging. Who are you going to pay to put it in a box? Or a bag, or a jiffy bag, or whatever? You know, that's the problem, really, is like, it's just not physically worth it for them to go, oh yeah, let's start selling bits again. Because there's loads of other companies that sell bits. There's Bits and Kits, Bits Box, Egghead Miniatures, loads of other places that sell bits that do that for them. The problem is they can't keep it in stock because you'll buy a kit, let's say Death Company, as we've mentioned. They'll put the Death Company bits on sale. They'll sell all the best weapons and nothing else. They used to let you pick your own bits if you worked there, and if you bought the weighing man a couple of pints at lunch, it was £5 for a whole metal army. Yeah, my friend Jamie, he has an entire guard tank company, and he got that when he was working at GW and they're doing it all by weight, and he said he got this army for like 100 quid, and it's like 25 Lehman Russes and like 2 Beyblades or something stupid. It's probably why they are reducing data sheet options, because everything you need comes in the box. Yeah, a lot of the new kits, I don't think there's many newer kits that go, oh yeah, you can take all these things, but you can only take you take 5 of this weapon, but there's only 1 in the kit. I don't think there's many new ones. It's like 2010 era, you know. None of the Primaris off the top of my head have that option, have that issue. I'm trying to think of like other armies. Votan definitely don't. World Eaters don't. Templars, I don't think have that issue either. Should have bought the weighing guy a couple of pints. The man that set up Forge World taught me that. He was my area manager. Brilliant. Brilliant. Slept in Mitch much. Just talk about 3D printing. But I might not have sergeant weapons and kits. Oh shit, that's true, because they added them later, didn't they? Yeah, they gave all the sergeants special weapons, but then didn't put any in the original kit. I remember that actually. And I think that's so they can upsell you a upgrade kit for a Primaris upgrade kit, which has special weapons in there, right? But yeah, that is a good example. Good shout. They didn't always have options though. Won't read this, but Harry's have a problem. I won't read it. It's just right, Darren. The new Tyranid kits have 0 options. Tyranids have only ever really struggled with Twin Devourers. That's the only like bit that didn't come in a kit that they've always needed. Sisters might be the latest kit then, if they only have two of each heavy weapon. I wonder what the last kit that is like. You can take any of this, but they don't come with enough. It might be Sisters because they're relatively recent. Interesting. Anyway, 3D printing's good if you're using the right way. You know, 3D printing a copied army is not okay. Behind closed doors, do what the fuck you want. I can't stop you. You know, ultimately, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not your boss. I'm not your mum, and I don't work for Games Workshop. Do what you want. I don't care. In my opinion, that's what I think. This should also have loads of options in other kits, though. Yeah, having options is fine. I was just wondering if there's like many that are like, oh, you can't do this. You can't build this unit because there aren't enough bits in the box. New Chosen. When did Chosen come out? Is this 3D printing rules for your 2024 tournaments? We have 3D printing rules for our tournaments anyway. I don't think need kept changing. Don't 3D print direct copies. Themes are fine. That's exactly what someone who works for GW would say. That I don't work for GW. Like, ultimately, you can do what the fuck you want. I can't stop you. I advise against it. You know? It is so convenient though. The technology is so good right now. It's very easy to just do whatever you want, you know? Doesn't mean it's right though. There was a fun narrative campaign I ran once. The Battle Force box has no force or limits, but your army has to be in the box. The BA one ended up being broken. Really? How come? Printing is great for terrain. Like, amen. Amen. 3D printing is great for terrain, you know? I've got so much terrain that's 3D printed. I have an entire business that's built on 3D printed terrain. Terrain's great. Games Workshop don't make enough. I guess the price is now driving more people away. Yeah, but does that mean... Does a cost of something mean that it's okay to pirate it? Does Gina even sell terrain? Hardly anything. Like, does something being expensive mean it's okay to pirate? I think the answer is still probably no. But I still think it's okay to 3D print a stand-in. Like it doesn't matter what the cost is then. If you're going to go 3D print it, Games Workshop's really expensive, so I'm going to 3D print loads of illegal copies. Loads of, like, copyright infringement. You're still a dick. The problem isn't the cost then, it's you. Alternatives are all good, yeah. Alternatives have been good for a long time, you know. They always have and they always will. Piracy is a service problem. If Judo can't provide, then it gets pirated. Is being expensive not being able to provide? I think piracy is like a really weird one because let's be honest, everybody does it, but culturally we all know it's not wrong. It's wrong, you know. It's not right to do. But let's be honest, we've all downloaded a movie allegedly. We've all downloaded a movie allegedly. But I don't know. Imagine making the dev company and a chaplain a command squad with all the toys. Sangre preach a load of captains, library and tech marine with jump packs too. I think we came with Rhino. Brilliant. Brilliant. Snow's keeps, that's why it happens. Yeah, I know. I'm printing the second edition starter cardboard ruin set. It reimagined as 3D retro ruins now. See, that's pretty cool. If they don't sell it, they fucking do what you want. I don't think they even care. I want to make a diorama of the 3rd edition box cover. Tempted to use 3D printed miniatures to form part of the structure, then use real minis for the focal characters thought on this use. But art, mate, don't you want? I think that'd be really cool. You know, I'm talking about like using them in game, like what they're bought to be used for. You wouldn't steal a policeman's hat. I would if I could get away with it. Send everyone 3D printing. Anyway, there's a little tangent. I don't know why. I really want to know why they deleted that video. I'm really curious of why they deleted it. We're not a big enough. It's a shame because we're not a big enough community for people to re-upload deleted videos. God damn it. God damn it. You know? Why aren't we a bigger community where we can, like, when people delete stuff, people re-upload it? The issue is if you 3D print your whole army and pirate the Codex, don't complain when the army gets no updated for years. Don't complain when the people just, like, fucking shit on you, call you a dick, and when the army gets no update. I think a great example of like 3D printing in Warhammer is this video. And I believe it's one of his last videos. I don't think he's uploaded anything since. But there's a great video from 3D printed tabletop. I think it's his most viewed video, or one of his most viewed videos, about like 3D printing. It's a 2-year-old video, but a lot of it still stands, you know. A lot of it does still stand, and it's like a really interesting take. It's a great video, to be honest. Yeah. All Specs Tactics deleted a 3D printing video the other day too. Why does someone delete videos? I don't understand GW pricing. Old Cadian kit was like £22.50 for 10. Brew Brothers was like £24 for 10. Heavy weapon team, but when they added the upgrade sprue for Cadians, it now costs 30. That's just a way of just like deleting a product and changing the product code so they can change the price. They've done that loads. They used to sell Die Avengers in 10. Like I've actually got the old one as well. So like from 3rd edition, they started to sell Die Avengers, the same models now. They used to sell 10 for £20. And what they did was they halved the box and started selling 5 for £18.50. It's the same kit. It was just half the models in the box, and they're selling them for like almost the same price. That's just a company scummy thing, you know. Hey Heather, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. The channel from Battle Brother that's just 3D printing 40k, and I always seem so smug about it. Yeah, like I've seen that channel as well. He's literally just popped up while I was looking for this video. I was looking literally just searched play on tabletop 3D print. Like he's there. Like he's raking views in. But yeah, all it is just 3D printing like rip-offs. Like they're just rip-offs, you know? Excuse me. But his entire channel is just based on 3D printing rip-offs, but he's raked views in. But why is everyone deleting 3D printing videos? What's the story? I need to know. Excuse me? Excuse me?
Members.
I see you, Chief. Why have you just gifted 10 members? I see you, Chief. That's like 30 you've gifted this week. Bro. I just sneezed. It was just a sneeze. Why have you just gifted 10 members? What is wrong with you? You have financial troubles. Please see a financial therapist. I don't know if they exist. They might do. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted, mate. If you've just been gifted a membership, basically say massive thank you to the ICD Chief. You're a bloody star, mate. You're a star. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Great name, cringe. I agree. Great name is cringe. Thank you so much, bud. I'm not sure why my alerts are so quiet today. But there we are. Thank you so much, matey.
Member.
There are a lot of great names. That's true. If you're a great name, become a member. If you've just been gifted a membership, make sure you say thank you. You can become a member for as little as £1.99 a month. If we hit 15 members, which are actually only 3 away now, we can we'll trigger a giveaway for a dice tin and some dice. Doing my part for the tattoo. Also, if I hit 1,000 members, chat are going to choose a tattoo for me or help design a tattoo that will get tattooed on my body. We're quite a way away, but we're a lot closer than we were Monday.
Member.
Oh dear. Thanks so much, mate. You're a star. You're very, very kind. Where were we? Get on it, Mikey. Delete all your 3D printing videos. No, I can't delete all my 3D printing videos. If you go to my channel, go to videos, go popular. 3D printing, 3D printing, 3D printing. Has 3D printing, 3D printing, 3D printing. I'm a 3D printing channel. I do Warhammer for fun. Warhammer's the hobby. I'm a 3D print channel. "3D printers are the vegans of Warhammer." I'm not a vegan of Warhammer. I know it's not your ballpark, but how do you feel about proxies in card games like Magic the Gathering? So I probably have like a pretty similar take. Like that, like Magic the Gathering is like slightly different in Warhammer, where the whole point of buying Warhammer is to build and paint and play with the miniatures, right? Whereas Magic is kind of get the card, play with the card. There's like no in between. So I feel like 3D printing a model is similar, but not quite the same as like printing a card. But I think proxies are fine, especially when the way you have to buy cards in Magic is very different to how you buy miniatures. If you want something for your army in Warhammer, you go to a shop and buy it. If you want a card for Magic, you have to buy blind packs, or you have to pay obscene amounts of money to buy it off a website. I think that's like a bit different, you know. So I think proxies in Magic are fine, you know. But in a competitive environment where you're paying to play to compete, no, probably not okay. Tattoo member count on stream. Can I do total member count? All widgets. Let's have a look. Sub goal. I don't know if there is a member goal. Stream. I will try and get like a total member counter. There's nothing on Streamlabs. But that would be cool. Hellstorm printing, shaking my head. Hellstorm print gaming. I went to a freelance gaming store, or friendly local gaming store, to try and catch a game. The two guys had no interest because they play at tournament level. Is this normal? No, they sound like dickheads. Tap on my forehead? No, it won't be on my forehead. It'll be on my leg. Allspecs took his video down at the request of a 3D printer shop he features in the video, as they wanted to keep flying under GW's radar. Wild. Wild. I wonder what shop it was. That's interesting, isn't it? I was playing a Song of Ice and Fire the other week, and the cards had a season update. My opponent hand wrote all his cards out. Yeah, fair. Fair play. Imagine if Warhammer was booster pack based. What a nightmare. Yeah, like, I think that'd be... I mean... They're literally there. But if this was like the most competitive unit in the game, then yeah, maybe some proxies are probably allowed. Aren't you a 3D printing business? Not currently. Not really. How's the Rogal Dawn bottom selling going? All that money got donated to charity, don't forget. I donated all the money from the Rogal Dawn power bottom to Gendered Intelligence. I think I tweeted about it a while ago. I haven't had much since. I think I've had about £12 since I donated the first 100. Hellstorm, Gendered Intelligence. It was back in February. Gender Intel. I'm trying to find the tweet. Here it is. when I donated, because I ended up selling 100 because I sold them for £1.25. On average, I made around a 99p per sale. I donated all the money to charity. So, just to clarify, I'm not a 3D printing business that is making hot bank on Rogel Dawn power bottoms. I donated it all to charity because it was a meme. I said if I ever made 200, I'd donate another 100 quid, but I don't think we're ever going to make it. Guy infected printing the Rogel Dawn tank bottom for his remote-controlled Rogel Dawn. Oh, did he? I know he did that. I know he made the Rogel Dawn. I mentioned you might be using my bit, but I couldn't remember. I had made a few sales in the past few days, so that's probably why, I imagine. He's flown past me. He gets so many views on his videos these days.
Hi,
Let's see if we can find it.
And in this
Does he include it?
on their channel, and of course,
There's no link to it.
I will do this. So I started out by building the chassis of this tank so that I could get a feel. Thank you so much, George. By the way, I think he's ever this.
Did he print the bottom? He prints loads of stuff, to be fair. Hey, Will Gimme, thanks for joining the boys club, man. Really appreciate you. See, this is cool shit for 3D printing, you know? Fucking making shit into remote control cars. Did I get a shout out or not? I don't know if I did. I don't see the battle bottom yet. Hi, I love the content, keep it up. Thanks, Will.
I was convinced that I had glued everything in the right place. I added glue around the chassis and taped it together to let it dry overnight. When I came back the next day, I took apart
I love his
the
accent.
entire build again so that I can start working on the next part of this project, and that's going to be making the electronics.
I don't think he.
again so that I can start working on.
I don't think I got a shout out. I got well, maybe he said it earlier.
And once I've glued these in, there's no going back, and if I get that gear mesh wrong, we're gonna have a very bad time.
He bought this years ago, or like the beginning of the year or something. So he must have been working on this project
Once
for
I
a
was
while.
convinced that I had glued everything in the right place, I added glue around the chassis and taped it together to let it dry overnight. When I came back the next day, I took apart the entire build again so that I can start working on the next part of this project, and that's going to be making the electronics fit inside of.
Maybe you mentioned it somewhere else in the video. I don't want to like go watch his video. It's a great video, and then you can tell me the timestamp. I don't want to just sit and watch his video. Do you see the difference between 3D printing and scratch building a copy of something? Nah, they're pretty much similar, aren't they? Anyway, just don't 3D print knockoffs. That's all. Stand-ins fucking go crazy. Don't 3D print knockoff. That's all I'm trying to say. Admech's so bad we've been stung up by 3D printing. We have. I remember you donating. Was just pulling your leg. Great charity choice. Thanks, bud. I know people just suddenly think, oh yeah, Maggie's making fucking bank off a bottom, power bottom. Yeah, I think I probably will start producing some 3D printed miniatures that you can print soon, but they won't be like copies. They'll be like things that you can use around Warhammer, probably terrain mostly. Anyway, let's do Admech. Let's do some Admech. How's that? We're gonna crack on. We are an hour into the stream. Our 30-minute tangents are getting longer and longer, so you can't blame me for anything. No knockoffs unlike Space King. I don't know what that reference is, Lambo. Okay. So, Adeptus Mechanicus, okay? Adeptus Mechanicus have come out recently. We did a battle report for them this week. or Saturday. You might have seen it. It's a great video, guys. It's a great video. You should go watch it. Okay. This is the video. Look at the editing. It's a doozy.
Still some back to 3s.
Please to hit. Well done.
Oh, I love it when it
You really
lags.
need, mate. Like 1 command point.
Just 1 command point.
Gonna go first or second, Tom?
I'm gonna go
Look at the
first.
editing. Look at it.
I'm
It's
gonna go
beautiful.
first,
Are you ready?
mainly because I've got no room left in my deployment zone, so I just need to give myself a bit of room, you know?
If I go first and box the rest of your army, that would be very funny.
That would be horrible. There's only
Look at
one
it. The
hamster running in
logo.
the
Oh, it's a
currently.
classic. I used to
You
do
need
this
a few
every
more
week.
later on, yeah?
Fire. Wait for the fire. Wham. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You've never seen such good editing. Look at the transitions,
bringing
the
new
close-ups in
boys
4K.
today.
Oh, it's fire. It's fire.
Enters the battlefield.
Okay. Got to go. Joel, don't do that to me. And we were filming this till 3 a.m. and it took me 4 days to edit it as well. We've got beautiful terrain, we've got a beautiful setup, and it's highly edited. It's a whole game in an hour. The problem is this is one of the many games that Adeptus Mechanicus have featured in. Now, if you want to watch this, I'd please go watch it. It's still great fun. It is still great fun. Just want to clarify. It's a great game. Great video. Okay. It's another game that Admech lose in. I'm a big fan of that style. I like doing that. The problem is with, like, small tangent. The problem is with those videos is they take so long to edit and they don't perform very well, but I know people like them. So it's only got like 3,000 views, which is pretty poor on my part. So, like, I love doing them. I'm going to do them for new codexes. I can't do outside of that, really. Not unless I hire an editor, which I can't afford to do. However, that video or that battle report, along with a lot of other battle reports that you've probably seen featuring Adeptus Mechanicus, we've seen the Adeptus Mechanicus lose. Okay. Mikey watches his own video to boost numbers. Is that so you can get cringe 40k views on it? Tony, don't do that to me, okay? No one else watches them. I actually watch my own videos to earn ad revenue so I can afford to pay my bills because people don't become members. We're still 2 away. God damn it. Anyway, that video, along with a lot of other battle reports, you've probably seen that Adeptus Mechanicus have lost. And I think it doesn't come down to the players anymore. I do think that it, like, starts to come down to maybe this codex, which I don't physically have because I gave it to Tom. Tom has it for his own research. I have a digital version, though, so we do have reference to it. I just can't show it on screen. But I think it stops being about the players playing Admech and starts becoming about the Admech Codex as a whole. Because I think there are fundamental problems. I think there's some good stuff in the Codex, don't get me wrong. But I think there are some fundamental problems with the Adeptus Mechanicus Codex. And I think a lot of you have probably gone out and learned about the Admech, about what they can do. And I think together we can probably come up with some like bullet points of what's the issues with Admech and what units we should be running and what problems it has overall. You know, because ultimately, if every single game of Admech on YouTube is Admech losing, there's probably a problem with Admech rather than the people playing him. Like, no offense to Tom, love him to bits, you know. His tactical acumen is a bit weird sometimes. I think, but then you've got, like, other people. Like, I'm not saying I'm the best player in the world, clearly. I'm 116, you know. But, like, that game, it was very one-sided, you know. And I think, like, when you look at other channels as well, you've got people like Richard Siegler on Art of War playing Admech and getting dumpstered by Necrons, you know. You know, like, maybe Necrons are really strong, but I think also Admech aren't really putting up a fight, you know. Rematch but swap sides. Rematch but swap sides will be quite fun, but I've never played Admech, so I'd have to do a lot of like research. Well, maybe that would be pretty fun. And I try and beat Tom. I don't actually know what he owns, so maybe. Your clickbait got me here. It's not clickbait if I'm talking about the topic. Just to clarify. Clickbait is when you lie to get a click. We're talking about a bad codex. That's not clickbait. That's just facts. Click fact. That's what you did. So ultimately, chat, I thought today we could have a chat We can get the most important program open. As you know. And we can say, what, I'll zoom in a second. What is wrong with the Admech? And maybe we can make some bullet points, you know? Tom won the only battle report that mattered. He won the last one before moving to the shed. He did, to be fair. He did. I can't remember what army he was playing. I think it was Custodians at the time. Oh shit, Admech community date is late time. I think so. I think so. You know? Admech community date is late time. What's the problems? How do we iron them out? I'm not going to be like, oh, we need to change this to this. But what are the problems with it? Okay, Mercenary says lack of damage. So lack of damage. Lack of damage output. And that's a great point. Admech are largely a shooting army. Admech are largely a shooting army. They have some combat units. They have the Castellan robots, which are very combat-y. You can give them fish. You've got the Electro Priests with the staves. They are raw combat. You got the Infiltrators, which are arguably a combat unit. Maybe. You've got... Let's have a scroll through. You've got the Sidonian Dragoons are a bit of a combat army, but their lack of damage output when mostly ranged. And because they're BS4. That's the reason. BS4. Thank you so much for the gift and Walking Death. You're absolute legend, mate. You're very kind. Thank you.
Gifted member.
You're a star. Stu Gorgon. Gaugan. Guffin. There we go. I don't know your name. Make sure you say thank you to Walking Dead. Walking Dead, thanks for the second gifted. Brother, thank you so much. I think that's 15.
Member.
Yeah, we're at 15 members now. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's start the giveaway then. Walking Dead, thanks so much for helping us get over to 15. Really appreciate you. That's very kind. You've all been very kind. Let's spam exclamation point fix Admech. So whilst we do this section, let's do fix Admech in chat. And then after we've done this section, we'll do a giveaway. Exclamation point fix Admech in chat. And then we'll do this, and whilst we're doing that, you can spam this in chat, and then once we've done, we'll do the giveaway. Okay? Oh, there we go. It's catching up. I was like, what's going on? Why is no name appearing? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to scroll up to chat now because I realise all the notes that we just had have all gone because I've told everyone to spam fix Admech. They don't do damage at all. Lack of BS3. Let's reveal that Admech are stuck in the sin for bins for 9th. The lack of damage was not an issue then. I think looking at a codex and going, well, they were really good last time, so now they're really shit is really bad. It probably is a reason. They're probably trying to avoid it. But I think it's better to look at the codex in isolation now for what we've got now. You know? I'm just going to double check something as well. My e-spam exclamation point. Fix Admech. Okay. There's only one good data sheet. What's the one good data sheet, Stanley? No spammable win strats. I feel like there will be like sisters and a list or two will be found in a few months. Maybe. Do they still have the problem where they're trying to write Skitarii credits and other things are kind of forgotten about? Yeah. Yeah, they do. Because their Doctrina, their faction ability, obviously they have detachment abilities, which pretty much affects everything. But Doctrina, is it Doctrina? All units that have the Doctrine Imperative ability gain the relevant abilities, which is Protector or Conqueror. Does everybody have Doctrina Imperatives? I don't think they do. So Skitarii do. The Fulgurite don't. The Cybernetica Datasmith doesn't. The Castellan Robots doesn't. The vehicles do, but the robots don't. And this is the problem. When this faction first came out, they were two separate codexes. They did a Skitarii codex and a Cult Mechanicus codex. And then they kind of like smashed them together into one codex, which made way more sense. But then didn't really make them function together properly. Techno-archaeologist, for no reason, doesn't have the rule. The Tech Priest Manipulus doesn't. The Tech Priest Engineer Seer doesn't. The Tech Priest Dominus doesn't. They don't have a faction rule. So, faction rule isn't for the faction. Like what would we say, like 30% of the units, like a lot of units don't get the faction rule. You've been making Castellan robots have the ability to hit on 3s, I think. I think that's as best as you can do. Because you can give them Conqueror to make them get heavy weapons. Which I think they have heavy weapons anyway. Oh, they don't have heavy weapons. They're ballistic skill 4. So you'd be making Castellan robots hit on 3s if you gave them Conqueror. And Protector to reduce AP. Is that so bad? Is that so bad? I don't think it is. Hey, Retro, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks so much for tuning in. We're fixing Admech this morning. An exclamation point fix Admech in chat. If you are here for the end, you'll be able to be entered into a giveaway by typing that in chat. Weird adhering to the idea of army rule that doesn't apply to all the army. Yeah, that's what we just mentioned. Give them Thanatars. I think giving access to Forge stuff is fine. But I think that fundamentally there's a problem with the faction. Do you have an Admech model to give away? No, we give away a dice tin. What's our access to lethal like? I think it's pretty minimal. I don't know if that's going to make the army really good, though, by giving them access to lethal hits. If Admech were done mechanically correct, they would be an army that dunks on Space Marines since they have all the tech. The issue is you can't have an Imperium army that dunks on Marines. I think they don't mind having any army that dunks on Marines. I think they do just want balance. From the preview, I got the idea they're kind of worse Votan. They have the damage, but like 8th edition Space Marines lack the output and range to utilize that damage. I don't think they have a great amount of range damage or even close combat damage. I think they lack it, as we mentioned. We don't have a lot of damage output because most of the stuff hits on 4s. You know, Castellan robots hit on 4s in close combat and in shooting. Sulfurhounds, BS4, Sterilizers, Weapon Skill and Ballistic Skill 4. Rust Stalkers, Weapon Skill 4. The Electro Priests hit on 3s. But then the Breachers and Destroyers all hit on 4. They're just a Ballistic Skill 4 army for some reason. And there's no way to make them Ballistic Skill 3, really. The only way you can make them hit on 3s is if you put them in the Conqueror imperative, which not everybody benefits from, then everybody gets heavy weapons so they can stand still and hit on 3s. The BS of guard without the numbers or expendability of most units. Yeah, exactly. Their units are quite pricey, or they're at a bit of a premium a lot of the time. And then their ballistic skill 4. Hey, Constrained, thanks so much for becoming a member, buddy. Really appreciate it. Make sure you join our Discord, mate. Are you not loving the Codex? That's a shame, as the model range is so wild and varied. The model range is wild and varied, and Admech are really cool. And Tom, obviously, our resident Admech player, loves Admech. There was his first proper army for like 8th edition and 9th edition, and he's like the master of Admech, and they're just really bad. We've just been saying, and it's something that's come up a lot in the comments on my battle report, is that every battle report that Admech have featured in, they've lost. There's like no games where Admech have actually won on the internet, I don't think, with their new Codex. As far as I'm aware, there might be one game, but as far as I'm aware, most of the big players in our community that put out battle reports, Admech have got dunked on. And I wonder if it stops being the point of maybe the players are playing the army really badly. Maybe there's a problem with the faction. And we're just trying to go over what are the problems with the faction. Why is this army really bad? What could Games Workshop do to fix it? You know, maybe. What are the issues? What units should we be looking at if we want to play this book well? We want to do well? Or play, what are the strongest combos in this book? And what can Games Workshop do to fix it? So... breaches get rerolls. Breaches are actually really good units. So, like, good units. Good units. That's what's wrong. Good units. Breaches. Breaches are actually really, really good. In Tom's army, they're one of the scariest things there, and that's why I focused on them. The problem is I don't think they're super cheap, and I'm sure we'll know exact points very soon. I don't think they're super cheap right now. How many points are they currently in the app? Breachers. They're 145. They're nearly 50 points a model. So for 50 points a model, you kind of want them to be good. Castleform Breachers usually come with heavy arc rifle or the torsion cannon. I think the arc rifle is really good. It's good for killing vehicles. Anti-vehicle 4+, which is fine. 2 shots, ballistic skill 4, strength 8, -2, 3 damage with 30-inch range. Is pretty nice. The torsion cannon is anti-infantry, slightly more range. D3, strength 6, -2, 2 damage. Anti-infantry 2+ with blast. That's really good at taking down mid to heavy infantry. But the heavy arc rifles are really, really good. But then they have the arc claws, which are anti-vehicle 4+. Which are really bad at killing vehicles at strength 5, -1 damage, but they get 4 attacks. So it's like, but they're only -1, they're only 1 damage. And then they got the hydraulic claw at strength 8, -2, 3 damage, which is obviously a really good profile, but hitting on 4s, you know? Still hitting on 4s. Now, they're T7 with 3 wounds and a 6-up in 1. They are pretty good. And they always reroll hit rolls of 1. So 4s rerolling 1s is actually better than a 3+ to hit. But if you're near a battle line unit, you can reroll the hit roll. So, good shooting. Good shooting. Good combat. Low weapon skill, but we know weapon skill, ballistic skill, but reroll 1s. So, they're actually a really good unit. Again, 4s to hit rerolling 1s is better mathematically than 3s to hit. Okay? But you can give them all rerolls. Full rerolls available. Full rerolls. But only near battle line. And there's actually quite a lot of that in this book. So they have breaching command. Each time all of this unit rerolls a hit roll of 1. While it's used within 6 inches of 1 or more friendly battle line units, you can reroll their hit roll instead. You know? They get rerolls in combat too. Yeah, they do. There is... Skitari Ruststalkers, you know. Add 1 to advancing charge rolls. Whilst it's within 6 inches of a battle line unit, add 2 to the advancing charge rolls. Ride the thermal for Sky Stalkers. In your shooting phase after a shot, you can do one of the following. Make a move up to 6 or move 12 if you end within battle line. So I think the problem is units have great rules, but only near battle line. Which is quite thematic. It's quite thematic. Which is pretty nice. However, what was I going to say? They've got like really thematic rules of being like, oh yeah, getting near battle line, it gets better. But also that's really limiting compared to other factions, you know? Thematic but shit. Yeah, like it's really cool, works really well, but it's very limiting because then you've got to take all these infantry units, which if people are smart, will just kill all the infantry, then all your army like gets really bad. Oh, you only move 6 while your battle line's dead? Alright, I'm just gonna kill your battle line, okay? Oh, you reroll all hits whilst near battle line? Alright, I'm gonna kill all the battle line then. You know, and the battle line units are Rangers and Vanguard. They're like T3 4 up safe. They're not that great. Now there's always units of 10 of them. You can take up to units of 20. They can't. You can only take units of 10 because Games Workshop hate you for taking 120 infantry last edition. So you can only take units of 10. So you got to spam all these units of 10. Here they all are. Cool. What are they gonna do? Not a great deal. They've got some good guns. They've got arc rifles. They've got plasma cavaliers. They've got the aquabases. The Vanguard have got the radium carbines, which are all anti-infantry 4+. But they're not great. They're not like a staple. They are a staple. They're not like a staying unit. They've not got like much ground. They can't hold ground for very long. That's what I'm trying to say. They're relatively easy to kill. You know. 5+ invuln. Yeah, you get 5+ invuln. But they're tough as 3. So does an invuln count when you're just shooting crap at them? 60 Rangers, 60 Vanguard. How many points is 60 Rangers and 60 Vanguard? Currently, I don't have the new points yet. 90 points for Rangers. So that's 510. Right? Yeah, that sounds right. And Vanguard are 80. So 80 times 5. 480. So just shy of 1,000 points. You can take 120 infantry. And then you can take other Admech stuff that can actually do the work. Skitari die reasonably easily even with the invuln. Yeah, exactly, because the invuln doesn't matter because you're shooting AP one of them anyway. Even with full rerolls from the Marshal and the Doom Rider, they're not good, sadly. Yeah, exactly. They just don't do enough damage. That's the problem. So I think the problem is they have really good rules, but you have to be near battle line. The battle line aren't that great. So you're not really relying on them to do anything. They're just there to buff other units, essentially. Which is a bit of a problem. You can attack Skitari Marshals and give them reroll hits. You can get out over Doom Riders, give them reroll wounds. But ultimately, they're not doing that much. They've got a few shots, but their range is the 30-inch range, but the Vanguard are probably going to be 18-inch range because you want the radium carbines in there. Or the arc rifle, maybe. How many arc rifles can you take? None. You can take hardly none. They're all equipped with radium carbines. If you could take 10 arc rifles, you'd be fucking laughing. Vanguard reduce enemy OC. Perhaps they don't need to kill anything. Yeah, but if they start reducing the enemy OC, they'll just kill the unit. You know? They'll just kill the unit. He's 10 dudes at T3. They can't go, yeah, we're here now. The objective is ours. Like, they'll do that once, and then the unit will just die. To be fair, were you able to take max 4 of a gun in their prime days? I don't know. You can just take one of each currently. The other good unit, which I actually don't think Tom realised, I can't remember. I really can't remember. I don't think he did. Because I would have made that unit horrific. Is Tech Priest Dominus. Dominus. Excellent unit. Gives Feel No Pain. Great, great unit. If they're Electro Priests, they're a 4+. But while it's models leading unit, models that unit have a 5+ Feel No Pain. I don't think Tom used that on his breaches. Is the answer really dumb, like you need to bring fortifications? Actually, yeah, it's because you have to bring fortifications. That's why they're doing really bad. You used to be able to take 3 of a kind in a squad of 10. Okay, that's pretty big. Being able to take 3 of the same weapon in the same unit is arguably better than 1 of each random one. 1 of each random one is very strange. So, it looks like the best way to run this book is to spam Tech Priest Dominus and Breachers. Now, let's have a look at what the other characters do. The Engine Seer is really good. The Engine Seer is really good. Being able to give out 5+ Feel No Pain, really strong. Are the vehicles worth taking? Not really. I don't think the Doom Claws are very good. The Scorpius Doom Riders are decent. The indirect ones. The Dragoons are pretty good as well, but you've got to spam them. The Manipulus gives out lethal hits you can attach to Electro Priest, Breachers, Destroyers, Rangers, and Vanguard. Andy gives out 4+ Feel No Pain once per battle. So the Manipulus isn't bad. Is it better than a Dominus? Probably not. Points just came out for Admech and Necrons. That's early. I'm not really that prepared for it, but here we are. Mutants on Field Manual 6 to the 12th. Version 5. Here we go. New points time. They released them 2 hours early. Brilliant. Chat, new points are out. Let's get... It's time to eat. And now I could probably say... We were using the new points in the battle report. I think a lot of people are worried about that. I think people are like, well, if you're using the points in the Codex, then they're going to be shit. But we were using the new ones in the battle report. So, okay. They saw you talking shit about the Admech Codex and panic sent the points. No, I don't think this helps, mate. I don't think it helped. Can't see it. It's on the Wargaming page. They're all on screen. So let's have a look. What's changed? Because everything that is black hasn't changed. The Fuselage is now 150 points. The Stratoraptor is 170. Belisarius Call is 180. Corpuscari Electro Priest is 60, 120. Sterilizers is 65 or 130. Let's have a look. Sidonian Dragoons are 45 points. This is a 30 point. This is a 30 quid model. So they're 45 points each. Sidonian Scatros is 65. Tech Pretendency is only 45, which is quite cheap. And then you've got all the points costs for the enhancements here, which are pretty much the same as the Codex as far as I'm aware. Now on the other side, I'll leave these on screen. You might need to zoom in if you want to see them, but I'll try and keep them on screen where you can see. Like so. And then Reanimator 75. Convergence of Dominion, you can now take in units of 1. Doom Scythe is 230. Doomsday Arc has gone up to 200, which I think is too expensive. Hexmark Destroyer is 70. Luminor Caesaras is 160, which is very cheap for what he does. Very, very cheap for what he does, I think. Let me draw. I don't want to draw, I want to scroll. Now, the big one, a lot of people are complaining about Lich Guard. They have dropped in points to 170 for 10. So 170 for 10, which is pretty cheap, I think, for what they are now. Obviously, they don't benefit from Cryptex. They can't use the Crypto Thrall bullshit anymore. But 170 points is relatively cheap, I think, for a unit of 10. Same with Warriors, 10 points a model now. 200 points for 20 is very, very cheap. The Overlord with Translocation Shroud is 85 points. Crazy, crazy. Same points as the Overlord. Psychomancer at 55. Tesseract Vault is 100. Still shit. And then over here, we've just got the Tomb Blades at 75 or 150 for 6, which are cheap. And the Transcendent Catan, I think, has dropped points. I think it's gone down 5, as far as I'm aware. Unit composition. Oh, the 300 has gone down 25 points. It's very funny. So I think that might be why the Admech might be getting dunked on, is because the Necrons crashed in points and are better. Except for like reanimation got nerfed a little bit, and the Admech got kind of better, but mostly stayed the same points. There you go. There's the new points, as you can see. And I think this probably shows you the problem with Admech is a lot of things are still kind of expensive. I think a lot of the Admech is still kind of expensive what it is. Like, how much is the Manipulus? 55. Dominus 75. Okay, I can see that. Necron's got points buff and Admech got points nerf. Yeah, a little bit. Adds a 5+ Feel No Pain to an already strong unit, lowers its points. Job done by the design team. To be fair, it did go from a 4+ to a 5+ Feel No Pain, so it had to come down 35 points. So yeah, so like Crypto Thralls got really nerfed and they stayed the same, so you're not going to see them anymore. Doomsday Arc went up to 200 points, which I think is kind of expensive. Wraiths, as you say, JCMS, Wraiths have stayed the same. And they've got an extra wound. They essentially have a 5+ Feel No Pain now. And you can infiltrate them for another 10 points. They're going to be, I think Wraiths and Immortal bricks are going to be like insanely good. And to clarify, Immortals are still 140. The Necron Overlord is still 85, same as the other Overlord. And the Plasmancer, where is he? Plasmancer stay the same. So the combo I was talking about in the video on Monday, the points were exactly what I said. It's almost like I knew. Anyway, thanks Games Workshop for the preview copy of the points that I weren't allowed to talk about for 3 weeks. A 2,000 point army of just Tridonian Dragoons would be $2,667. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But yeah, there you go. There's the new points of the new Admech and the new Necrons. I think Necrons overall have got better rules and probably got better points. A lot of their stuff, a lot of the stuff that you probably want to use stayed the same or came down in points. A lot of the stuff that you were using came down in points, such as Lich Guard and Warriors. I think Lich Guard were like 230 for 10 before. Let's have a look. Yeah, 230 points of Lich Guard in the previous edition. Now they're only 170, which in my opinion still makes them worth putting on the table. As you saw, like in that battle report that I had with Tom, I put Imhotech in there, and Imhotech's what, 100 points? So like for essentially 40 points, I got like the same unit with a Lord, with Imhotech in there. I didn't have the Crypto Thralls, but like it was still like super good. It was still really strong. They were still easy to kill. They're still easier to kill, don't get me wrong. But like 170 points of 10 Lich Guard is money, I think. I think that's still really worth it. I think you're still going to see Lich Guard on the table. It's just going to be easy to kill. But they're not as much of like an investment. What other things drastically changed? Because Doomsday Arcs, I think they've gone up like 25, 30 points. Doomsday Arc was 210. Oh, it's actually come down in points. I thought the Doomsday Arc went up. The Doomsday Arc came down 10. But I think the Doomstalker is way more interesting now anyway. And the Doomstalker is way cheaper at 135. So Admech broken? No. Admech, you just got to spam Dragoons because they're 45 points. If you want to spam Dragoons, that's fine, but they're not great. They're okay in combat. Anti-Walker 2+. Sustained hits. Strength 7 minus 2 damage, but hit on 4 still. I think Necrons are actually really scary, to be honest. Doom Scythe was 225. That's gone up 5 points. Got the heavy death ray, which is pretty funny. Sustained hits D3, strength 16 minus 1, D6 plus 1. D6 plus 1 is such crap damage. Max Chicken Walkers is 27 and only 1,395 points. I just, wow, I'm going to see it. Yeah, definitely. I think Dragoon spam is probably the way to play this game now, sadly. Did I look at the wrong Dragoon? Dragoon. Sidonian Dragoons. Oh, they're just one unit in the index. Can they fix Admech? They can't lower the points more as they already have through the floor, and it makes the army so expensive. I don't think the points are through the floor except for like some really odd units like Dragoons. How to fix Admech? Proxy and Necron army. So there you go. So there's some of the points. Again, some of the more important units, like a lot of pretty much everything that you were running or wanted to run stay the same, bar Dragoons. Like breaches are still very expensive. 300 points for 6. You're gonna take what, 900 points of them? 18 breaches. Is that worth it? No. Plus the characters, so another what, 75 points per unit to get the Feel No Pain. It's so expensive. Where are these points from? Games Workshop website, mate. I've just downloaded them from here. There. That's usually where you get the points from, right? Yeah, just been updated today. They were due out at 2, but they've dropped them early. The hypothetical Sidonian Dragoon figure cost. Let's have a look at Sidonian Dragoons on Games Workshop's website. I think they're like 27 quid. If not more. $37.50. Fuck me. £37.50. £37.50 times 27 is £1,012. Right? £37.50 times 27. Yeah, Yeah, it's £1,000. £1,012.05. Anyway, chat, donate so Tom can buy 27 Sidonian Dragoons. I suppose if you wanted... How many can you run? Doesn't seem worth. No, not really. 27 of them. And that's only for 3 units of 9. Can you take 9? Or is it 3 units of 3? Oh, yeah, because units of 3, you're going to take 3 units of 3 of each. So that's 40. Well, it's 135. So for £1,000, 135 times 3, 405 plus 180 times 3. So for 945 points, that's nearly a penny a point. A pound a point. 945 points, you can have 27 Dragoons. That would be pretty funny. That'd be a horrific skill because the T7 with 7 wounds. The OC2, the Ballistari can fall back and shoot and advance and shoot and movement 10. The other ones can also advance and charge. And they move 10. A pound a point should be Onlyfans' name. Thanks, mate. Don't forget the giveaway. It's running, mate. Type exclamation point fix Admech if you'd like to enter to the giveaway. We'll be doing the giveaway when we have finished. Admech still paying for their sins of being bonkers at one time. I think so, yeah. Invest that much into one unit to have it gutted in the balance day is like also true. Is it only Admech and Necrons? Yeah, it's only Admech and Necrons because they've had the new books come out. So the points in the Codex are never correct these days. They're never correct. But what they do is they release a balanced data slate or a mutant field manual before the book is out. Because obviously the book goes to print, they give it points and then go, hell, that was a dumb idea, wasn't it? And then they update it before the book actually comes out. So don't worry about Codex points. Detachment enhancements are usually fine. They're usually correct, but anything else isn't. But yeah, like looking at these, like even this doesn't help Admech. It's like we're gonna run 27 Dragoons. All right, cool. You're gonna run the Dragoon Maniple. Was it the Hunter cohort? Is it? That would be a pretty fire list, to be fair. Which one is it? Excuse me. Skitari Hunter Cohort. Mounted Einstein Ballistari. The stealth ability. Each time range attack target Skitari unit from it's over 12, it has a benefit of cover. And then you can use... I don't know, do they have imperatives? They don't, do they? Probably. Oh, they do have imperatives. So they get stealth, so the -1 to hit. If you're over 12, you get cover. So you're going to have it essentially a 2-up save. And you can use Protector Imperative, so they reduce AP by 1. Can't find new points on the website, buddy. Unless they've just took it down again. But that's fucking bozo energy. The points are literally there. Where are people going that say they can't find them? They're literally there. It's right there, where you find the web. Am I being dumb? Am I being stupid? Where else are people going for points? Except for Hellstormwargaming stream. The list might be good, but it's a grand minimum. Anyway, guys, I've always been an advocate for 3D printing. Okay. Joking. So they all get cover. They all get stealth. They can reduce AP by 1, turn 1. So you're essentially AP minus. You reduce AP by 2. So they're going to have a 3-up save against most stuff. And then they've got loads of good stratagems. Like +1 to wound. You know? They already have advance in charge. They can pick up off the battlefield and go into reserve. Right, there you go. £1,000. Anyway, chat, become a member because I need £1,000 to buy Tom 27 Dragoons. They don't get cover for the rule. They have stealth built in. Yeah, they get stealth, but if you're over 12, you get cover. Oh, it's a Sicarian unit thing. Are they Sicarian? Are they not Sicarian? Are you going to tell me if this Skitari is Sicarian? They aren't Sicarian. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Wait a minute. I mean, 1, 2. Chat, you can take Iron Striders as well. You can take 9 Iron Striders, which are also... Do they get benefit from it? Do they benefit from that detachment? Only Sicarians. They've got Sicarians on him. Why are they not Sicarian keyword? They've got him sat on top. Who's driving the thing? Skitari infantry, Skitari mounted, and Iron Strider Balistrari. So now you can actually build, and you can get another 9 in there, chat. Where's the Iron Striders? Get these bad boys in as well. Another 450 points. Are they the same kit? Maybe not. Iron Strider. Chat, that's another 9 walkers. Let's go. Oh, it's the same kit. That's also £37.50. You can take way more. £37.50 times 9 is £337 per unit. You can take 369 of them times 9. That's 3,037. Have I got that wrong? Oh no, yeah, I've got that wrong. Ignore me. £37.50 times 9 per type times 3. 1,000. Did we not do this? £1,012. 9. 18. 27. It's 27 of them. I feel like we've done this maths already. I'm so... That is including the 27. I'm being stupid. Yeah, of course it is, because it's 999. But they're a good unit as well. They can fall back and shoot, and they've got lascannons. That's the list. There you go. Just spend £1,000. How to fix Admech? Let me tell you. How to fix Admech. Spend £1,012.50 on 27 Dragoon types. Codex hasn't come out in Australia yet. It hasn't come out anywhere yet. It is due out Saturday for everybody in the world. I hope so. A surprise to be released before the Codex. Don't flanks let us know. No problem. Yeah, like you'll find that the Codex will come out and then the points will come out before the book is actually released. It's on a 2-week pre-order. How many points is that? Throw in 60 Rangers and 60 Vanguards. You need a character, so you can't afford to do it. Because 60 Rangers, 60... Oh, how many points is 60 Rangers, 60 Vanguard now? Did Rangers change? No. No. So you don't need them in that list, Etnal. You don't need the Rangers and Vanguard. But it's 80 times 6, 480, 90 times 6, 540. So it's over 1,000. You can't afford it. You need a character in there. You'd have to take an engine seer. Are they vehicles? I think they're vehicles. You can give them 5 plus feel no pain as well. So you could give the Sidonian Dragoons feel no pain with the engine seer, I think. Does it affect model or unit? Please say unit. I think that's all you're going to see. You're just going to see Dragoon spam if people are going to run it. And yes, people will run it. Don't think, oh, it's really expensive. People won't do that. They will just do it. Engine seer. Oh, it's one model. Select one friendly Mechanicus model within 3 inches. Oh, that's cringe. If you could give units of Dragoons a 5 plus feel no pain, that'd be insanely good. Back in 7, people ran chicken spam. Yeah, it's just back to it. Back to chicken spam. Not expensive if you know a guy. No, it's expensive. There's a strat to give him 5 plus feel no pain. Yeah, but you could, if you could give it to multiple units with the engines here, that'd be really cool. If you had 3, you could give 1 unit feel no pain because you choose each model 1 each, 1 at a time. The thing that I was looking at, what I was thinking of, something that Tom chatted about, was the Explorator mana pool. Because the Explorator mana pool is choose that objective marker. If your unit's on that objective marker, or you're targeting a unit on that objective marker, you roll wound rolls of 1. If you take the indirect and sit it on an objective marker in your home deployment, with the acquisition there, that could be quite cool for like some indirect shenanigans. Belarus Energy Cannon, Strength 7, -2, 1 damage, 2d6 shots with blast, and indirect. You could sit that on the back. If it targets an infantry unit, it adds 1 to hit roll, so it still hits on 4s with indirect. And reroll wound rolls of 1 if you take 3 of those on the home objective. How many points are those? Scorpius Disintegrator. 180. That is quite expensive, actually. Hit on 4s, Mercenary, because they add 1 to hit if they target infantry. So, even though they're shooting indirect, they still hit on 4s. But it's quite expensive. That's nearly 600 points for 3 indirect shots, which isn't great. The 27 Dragoons would be 1,395 points. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, it's 450 for the Iron Strider. 180 times 3 is 540. 135 times 3 is plus 540 plus 450. Yeah, 1395. If these points are accurate, they are accurate. They are the points. What do you mean if they're accurate? They're on the Games Workshop's website. What do you mean if they're accurate? They're right here. They're the official release. It's not a leak, chat. Chat, it's not a leak. They're the points. They're on the website. So yeah, I think Admech just come down to just spamming Dragoons. I don't think there's much else to do with them. Might not be accurate, true. Might not be. What am I doing? What am I doing in my life? But jokes aside, if we're going to do Admech, Dominus gives a 5+. Breaches are still good because the points didn't really change for those. So breaches are still worth looking at. but they're just kind of expensive at 300 points for 6. But they have a 2-up. They have a 5 plus feel no pain. They have T7. They've got 3 wounds. They've got feel no pain. They're rerolling hit rolls of 1. If they're near a battle line, they're rerolling all hits. So they are a pretty staple unit, I think. I doubt even Richard Siegler owns 24 chickens. Mate, trust me, don't worry. They will own chickens. I've played against 27 chickens before. People will go out and buy it. Whether it's legitimate or not is another question, but they will go out and buy it. Don't get me wrong. Don't ever think, oh, well, that list's really good, but people won't run it because it's expensive. They will. They will. People love internet points. Is it mandatory because the other thing can do damage? I think the chickens can do damage. You know? Sidonian Dragoons with Radium Jezzails. Now, they're not great in combat, but Radium Jezzails. They're just snipers. Radium Jezzails, anti-infantry 3 plus heavy precision 3 damage. Now, that isn't that great. The Sidonian Dragoons with Radium Jezzails are probably the worst option. But Dragoons with Taser Lancers, 4 attacks, anti-Walker 2 plus, Lance, so they're wounded on with +1 to wound. Sustained hits 2, so 6s to hit are 3 hits rather than 1, so it's 7 -2 damage. That's pretty good. With the pistols are okay on the way in. They can advance and charge. They can advance and shoot. Oh, they can't advance and shoot. They can only advance and charge. The Iron Striders are pretty good with twin las cannons. Even the auto cannons aren't bad at strength 9 -1 3 damage. But the las cannons strength 12 -3 d6 plus 1 shot sustained hit and d6 plus 1 damage. If you're forced you to take battle line, then you take their guns better. Yeah, like having to take battle line is a bit brutal. I've been thumping this all streamlined, but one leg boy is a solid objective scoring unit, lone op infiltrator, low point, small base size. Yeah, the Scatros. What's his first name? Yeah, Scatros at 65 points. Now, he was a lot cheaper in the Codex. I think Scatros is actually a really good unit. Scatros. Scatros is good for mission play. So Scatros is 65 points. He does have a 3 damage sniper. I know Mercenaries mentioned it. 3 damage snipers when most characters are 4 to 5 wounds is annoying, but also sniping a character in one turn and killing it would be pretty cringe. And no one would take characters and only take snipers. But the Sidonian Scatros, the new guy, he can take either a Radium Jezzail, Infantry 3 plus, strength 5 -2 3 damage, or the Scatros Transoceanic Arquebase, which is anti-monster, anti-vehicle, strength 7 -2 d3 damage. I still think the Radium Jezzail is the better option. And he rerolls wounds when he shoots infantry, or he can reroll wounds against monster vehicles with the other one. But he's lone operative with stealth, so he's actually like really good for playing the mission. He can do actions. He's lone operative. He's got 4 wounds. He's T4. He moves 8, so he's pretty quick. So lone op, fast, 65 points. Vindicare, baby. Yeah, Vindicare's alright. A D3 plus 3 damage, arguably better. I think giving him a flat 4 damage would be pretty horrific. But you just take multiple, you know? He doesn't have infiltrate, but he does have stealth. It's a shame he can't infiltrate. I think he's good for playing the mission. I think 65 points isn't too bad for him. You know? Maybe 2 at a push. Maybe just 1. You'd never sit him in a building and be like, I'm a sniper. He's purely there playing the mission, and he's holding a sniper rifle, which is handy. I know that's what Tom did. We kind of said, like, putting him in a building in a deployment zone is funny because he stands over the top of the top ledge. It's very funny. But the problem is he can't see anything and he can't move anywhere. The benefit of him is he moves 8 inches. He's really fast. How would a man on stilts infiltrate? You can see him miles away. Because you won't see him. You'll think he's just all pipes. He's all pipes. He's not even a man. And he's there with his sniper rifle looking down at you. And he calls you little bro. He's good for going in reserve. That small base for sneaking home is engaged behind. Yeah, true. True. That's what I mean. Good for mission play. Good for mission play. So, like, getting objectives, playing engaged and stuff like that. And he's 65 points. And if he does come on, he's got a 36-inch range gun, so you can probably start annoying a character. Think of, like, a character that's taken mortal wounds from Hazardous or something like that. You can finish him off. You can shoot him one turn. Now he's, like, got that guy's got to be really careful with that character so he can't get shot again. But he's relatively cheap at 65. So we come up with like 4 units. Kind of. Chickens is a funny one. I do think chicken spam will probably be a really good list. It'll be a good gatekeeper list because it's so much T7. Loads and loads of T7 with invuns moving really fast. It's going to be fucking annoying to deal with. Sterilize a single with the reroll wounds. They only reroll wounds if they're near battle line. Which they're much faster than battle line. And the Sky Stalkers have grenades, the other ones don't. So they're not the ones that can reroll wounds. It's 2 separate units. Sterilizers, which are the flamer ones, with the phosphor torch, which is just the flamer. Which have jump pack. And they reroll wound rolls of 1 if an enemy is within range of an objective marker. Or they reroll wounds if they're near battle line. But they're fast and they're only 12-inch range, so they don't want to be near battle line. And then the Sky Stalkers are the ones that shoot with the Fletchette carbines. Strength 3, no AP. But then they move afterwards. But they have the grenade keyword. Even the Vindicator pistol is 3 damage. Yeah, the Vindicator pistol is like used to be the same as the sniper rifle. Now it's still good, but slightly different. So really, I don't know if there's anything else that you read. I think Scorpius disintegrators are not bad. Scorpius disintegrators are pricey, but decent. Hit indirect on 4s. So I think that's not too bad, the indirect on 4s when you get +1 to hit. Again, you could have them sat at the back, 3 of them on an objective, make that the acquisition marker, 4s to hit, and then whatever it is to wound rerolling 1s because they're on the marker, and then it's -2. So it's -1 AP, which isn't bad at 2d6 shots with blast. It's not terrible, that's for sure. So I think that's probably the only unit you'd... But then again, I'm not even excited about it. I'm just kind of saying it's not bad. I'm not excited. It's just okay. You could give them heavy. You could give them heavy. Actually, give them heavy. Give them heavy. So then they're going to be hitting on 3s. That actually isn't bad. Good shout. So now you're hitting on 3, strength 7. That's actually really good, but it's nearly 600 points. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah, I agree, Jordan. What about the priests who reduce movement by 2? They're a unit that shoots 12 inches. They're the Fulgurite or Corpuscari priests. Corpuscari Electro Priest, 12-inch range. If you shoot a unit that's not a vehicle or monster, they're -2 move. If you're 12-inch away, you probably don't mind them moving less. What about Dune Crawlers? I don't think Dune Crawlers are worth it. Oniga Dune Crawler is 100. Well, 140 is relatively cheap. The problem is they're so big, so that you struggle to get around corners. T10, 2 up, 4 up. That's obviously quite good. OC3, pretty decent. Give out 4+ invuln. Which is cool. But like the neutron laser is only 2 shots. Strength 16, -4, D6 +1 damage. They're just too big. You can't get them around places. I guess the issue being shown here is that you have tools to score, but aside from a unit or two, you lack teeth/durability. So as soon as your opponent knows they hit you, it's GG. Yeah, I think the durability is probably the big one, really. Unless you take a spam of something silly. Maybe to give that battle line a 4+ with that big ass base. Yeah, but then what's that 140 points doing? And what are the battle line doing? They're staying near the 140 points that can't get around buildings. You know? I think the Dune Crawl is just a bit too big. I think the base for it is too big anyway, but I think it's a bit big to get around things. Bear in mind, it moves 8. If you put it behind a building, it will have to use nearly all of its movement to move out from the building. It can't go around. It can't, like, move a little bit and then come back. It's like, oh, that base is, like, 6 inches wide, so you can't get it around most terrain. So then as soon as you want to actually move around terrain, you're going to spend a turn moving out and then move the next turn. They're just too big, I think. I think that's their problem. They're relatively cheap. They'll give out an invuln, which is nice, to battle line units specifically. But then your battle line units are staying with the Dune Crawler. Or they'll just die. And they've got the Eradication Beamer. I've never actually seen the Eradication Beamer used. The focus one's only 18 inches. I was trying to work out the difference between the dissipated and the focus, but it's the range. Strength 9, -3, 3 damage, or -2, 2 damage. I just read they have to be wholly within. Only model. You know? It's the model has to be wholly in. So you don't have the unit wholly in to get a 4+, but it's those models get a 4+. If you have one model wholly in, that one model has a 4+ in, but no one else does. With everything relying on battle line, have the Dune Rider get battle line as long as battle line units are in there. That would be cool if it gave out the battle line keyword for that moment. Give the crawlers a strat to crawl through buildings like Chaos Knights. Yeah, they used to have a thing where they ignored. They could climb over 4-inch terrain. I think that was the old rule. But now they give out the invuln. And I think the invuln's good, but I feel like they probably could have kept the other rule as well. So they each have Dune Crawler rule. The model can be moved over terrain features that are 4 inches or less in height as if they were not there. Which definitely helped with that huge base. But now they got rid of it. So... Admech feels like they want Admech to castle, but they're unplayable if that castle falls apart. Yeah, the problem is with the castle is a lot of its short range, it's still hitting on 4s. He can still advance and shoot. So he's going to move on average 11. Its base is still 6 inches wide. That is an issue. And you'd probably want it in heavy and standing still anyway, so it can actually hit on 3s. It hits on 4s with no rerolls. Because call still isn't really worth it at 200 points. It gives out an aura of reroll 1s to hit, which is pretty good. But he's 200 points to give reroll 1s. When it was Chapter Master and reroll 1s, he was probably worth it, but now I don't think so. I think Cole's pretty mediocre. He's fine. He's not infantry, so he can't move through walls either. He doesn't get the faction keyword, so he doesn't get heavy, he doesn't get -1 AP. And then he gives out reroll hit rolls of 1, which is a good aura ability, but he's not great. I keep thinking they should delete the on the opponent deployment zone on the army rule. I think the army rule would just be better if the army actually benefited from it. It's just minimal units. You know? I think Protector Imperative in your deployment zone reducing AP by 1 is probably fine. But it'd be nice if you could improve AP board wide for Conqueror. I don't know why it's only in the opponent's deployment zone. Because in Protector and Imperative and Conqueror Imperative, essentially, for Protector you get Heavy, or Conqueror you get Assault. Protector gives you -1 AP in your deployment zone, and Conqueror gives your weapons -1 AP, an additional -1 AP when attacking in the deployment zone, in the enemy deployment zone. So, like, No Man's Land, which is when most of the game happens, not a great deal happens for your faction ability. I think if they made Conqueror -1 AP, just straight up, which would probably be okay. But I think going back to like our list of our units, the problem is with Admech is all the good units are expensive in points and rely on cheap infantry that just die. All the faction traits are bad. Bad/doesn't affect the unit. I think that's ultimately like the big problems. I'm gonna put that in the right place though. I think that like that's like the fundamental problem. All the good units are expensive and rely on cheap infantry that just die. I didn't actually type die, never mind. All the faction trait is bad and doesn't affect the unit because the faction trait is relatively good only if you're in those deployment zones. Outside of that, it's pretty rubbish. I think the fix, the next section of the show, how do we fix the Admech? !fix Admech in chat if you want to win some dice. The fix is that ultimately what Games Workshop are going to do, because what they've said they're going to do, what they've said they're going to do before they start fixing rules is points. They're going to deal with the points. However, the problem is, by reducing the points, the onus of fixing the army, of like the strength, is on the player's wallet. Because what they've done, like what they've done with Votan, is that like Votan are really good right now, and a lot of people are playing Votan. But what they've done with Votan is make them a horde army. They haven't like fixed the data sheets. They've kind of fixed the faction rule, but they've made that really good. But Votan are really scary to play and really good to play against, or really strong to play against, because they made them a horde army. It's just, all they've done is gone, well, this faction's kind of bad, so just have loads of stuff, so then your opponent can't kill the stuff fast enough, and you have way more to deal with against their opponent. Which is probably not a good thing, I don't think, because again, the onus is on the player to buy loads of stuff. Let's buy 30 of the best unit in the book. Let's buy 9,000 Sagittars because they're really good. Let's buy whatever, you know, they buy loads of them. But I don't think that's fair. I think the abilities army wide need a tweak. And then by making it horde army, every time a unit dies, it makes your army better because of the justice token, judgment token. Yeah, exactly, mercenary. Exactly. Like, especially Votan. Votan is like a really big one to be like, maybe dropping the points and everything isn't a good idea. The fact that when you kill a Votan unit, they get better against you, and every time you either kill loads because it's really bad. You either kill loads because it's a really crap. The faction is crap, so you kill everything. But then they've got so much stuff that is like, oh yeah, plus 1 hit win against you now and get fucked. You know. So abilities army wide need a tweak. Like faction rule is meh. It's not that great. It's good. Giving everything heavy is cool. Making everything hit on 3s is cool. But I think they should probably just hit on 3s anyway. BS3? Is that too much? Maybe, maybe not. I think a lot of units could go to BS3 and it'd be okay if they start hitting on 2s with heavy. Because they've got to stand still to hit on 2s. Heavy means they have to stand still to hit on a 2. Hit on 2s. Because, like, Castellan robots are good, but, like, oh, they're fine. But if they hit on 3s all the time, but they can't even get Conqueror. Like Castellan robots are a shooting army. They can't get heavy. They never hit on 3s. I think that would be okay. I think it'd be okay if they hit on 3s. Why don't they hit on 3s with heavy? You know? Because you've got to stand still. Like, Castellan robots have got a bunch of guns, but they've got to stand still to hit on 3+. You know? I think it'd be okay if they got the faction rule. Speaking of hordes, my sister's list now have 120 models minimum. Seems that's the way to go now. Full horde or mech, no in between. Yeah, exactly, mate. I agree. I think they've made the game way more lethal, so you're just taking loads more stuff and it's just dying loads faster. You can get Conqueror on the Castellan Cybernetica cohort. Yeah, but that's a very specific detachment. Why? You know? Why only in this specific detachment does this army actually get the faction rule? For some of it, not all of it. Like, the army should probably just get the faction rule. So I think they'll reduce the points. That's obviously what they're going to do. Come January, come February, whenever it's going to come out, the points will crash for Admech because they're just going to be like, wow, this is a really bad army. And early Dragoon's really good. The abilities are decent. The abilities are actually really strong, only if you're near battle line. Which I think they could probably be like pretty good if they're not near battle line. Because they're kind of alright. They're alright. They're alright if you're on your own. If you're near battle line, they're really good. But like it's like that. It's like so far. There's such a distance, such a gap between them. They do still love to treat it as 2 armies smashed into 1. Yeah, I agree. Treat the 1 army, the one codex as 1 army. Like, I think sometimes they get too hell-bent on following the law. I think sometimes it's okay to be like, something's kind of different. Like, Cult Mechanicus and Skitarii are very different on the table. In the lore, in the books, they do this, and in these books, they do that. But I think that's okay for, like, like an army to function as an army, because it's like, oh, well, when they're fighting, not when they're, like, fucking tightening bolts or, you know, like Skitarii exclusively plumbers and Cult Mechanicus are actually only IT. They don't never cross over. I think when they're fighting as a force, they could probably function together fine. I don't think people will care. The only thing that suffers from more that is custodians, which treat the sisters absolutely forgotten units. Yeah, we did that on Monday as well. Today I learned I am sick of type that is exclusively dedicated to plumbing. Yeah, I think if you're going to cram them all in one codex, I think it's okay to keep them all as like one faction and have them function together. I just don't know why they wouldn't. But yeah, I think that'd be like a really big thing if they just like actually made the armies one functioned as an army, right? Because there's like no other faction really that like goes, oh yeah, half the army doesn't actually benefit from the faction except for like Tau maybe, but that's for units that like it's like 3 units that no one cares about. Not like half the book, it feels like. Make them act as a faction. Maybe give some of them BS3. Give them all the army ability. And don't just drop the points, because I don't think it's fair to let you the player fix the army by buying more stuff. And it's like DOWAG said. It's not pay to win. It's pay to fix. Because we pay to fox. Get foxy, baby. It's pay to fox. Pay to fix. It's pay to fix because you've got to buy so much to make the army work, which I don't think is a good way to balance an army. It's like crypto units don't get the Necron rules. They do. They do, though. Canoptech units reanimate now. They didn't used to, but now they do. Canoptech units were the units that forced the reanimation. They looked after the Tomb Worlds while they were all asleep, but now they do. Oh, it's like if they didn't get there. They didn't used to be fair, but yeah. So I think that's how they're going to fix them, or what they need to do. They need to consider BS3 on some of these units. They need to fix the army abilities, because the army-wide ability is really trash. The faction rule is pretty meh. I think having units that sometimes function and sometimes don't function as part of the army is really weird, especially when the faction is pretty limited in, like, the range is, like, really cool. But there isn't a great deal in there, you know? So, like, having half the units not being able to function properly is a bit weird. And don't just crash the points, because I don't think it's fair on the player to have to pick up the pieces. So, anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all I can say about fixing Admech. I think this was a fun stream. If you haven't, typed !fix Admech. !fix Admech in chat. Because I'm giving away a set of dice, because we had so many lovely members. We had Josh gift 10. We had a bunch of people gift 1. All become a member, and that has triggered a giveaway. But I also want to say, whilst you're typing !fix Admech, let me tell you about today's sponsor. It's Noble Chairs, baby. It's Noble Chairs. Have you seen what I've been sitting on this entire time? Look at this 40k chair. 40,000 subscribers. 40,000 chair. Okay. Who covers Warhammer 40,000. Look at this beautiful Noble chair that you can see. It is very, very, very comfortable. The only reason I can sit and complain about Admech for so many hours is because I sit on a fancy chair like this. This is a Noble Chair Hero in the Warhammer 40k theme. As you can see, it says Noble Chairs at the top. It's got a beautiful, beautiful Warhammer 40k logo, and it's got the golden logo on the bottom, and it says, "There is only war." It's very hot. It's very cool. That's a broken link. What do you mean that's a broken link? That one worked. Oh, it's because it's got no space between. Try that. 1 second. It's because it's put get on the end of the link. That's why I should fix the link. 1 second. 1 second. Why did I not put a space there? Does that work? No. It's not putting a space after the link. Bam! That works. Bam, 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 bam. Spam time. Thank you so much for Noble Chairs for sponsoring this video. Stream. Even. The music's back. It's got cold press foam to make your bum get the best ass groove. I would show you, but the chair's very heavy because of the quality. Look at it. It's so cool. It's so comfortable. And again, the only reason I can sit and tell you why Admech is so bad is because I'm sitting in comfort thanks to Noble Chairs. Thanks to Noble Chairs that sponsored this stream. Look at this beautiful gold logo. Again, adjustable arms. It's very cool. They go in and out and left and right, which is very cool, very epic. They sent me this to show you because my stream was missing a 40k themed chair because not enough in my life is 40k themed, okay? So I wanted to tell you about that whilst you're typing exclamation point fix Admech, okay? Ooh, we made it work. How are you going to have an affiliate link? Quite well. The sooner you buy it, the better I do. But it'll be there for a while. I don't think it'll be going anywhere for a long time. I'm not going to be like suddenly getting rid of the affiliate link. But I'll give you to the end of this song, which is around 2 minutes, to type exclamation point fix Admech to win a Hellstorm dice tin along with a ton of dice to go in it for your games of Warhammer 40k or Age of Sigmar. Or any other game that uses D6, like shots. I don't know. I don't know. Anything you like. Should Admech become a support army like Knights? No, I think they just need to adjust it, because I think having Skitari and Admech as an army is quite cool. I think it's a good concept. I just don't feel that they feel like they're doing it right. They either go too far or they've done too little like they've done last time. They gave Catacrophron Servitors Doctrines at the start of 10th and made a Castellan Doctrine attachment. GW clearly recognises this is a rule that limits Admech as an army, but want it that way. Yeah. It's just weird. It's just very weird. Anyway, let me tell you about who's in the giveaway. There's only 50 people in the giveaway, so you've got a high chance of winning. You type exclamation point fix Admech in chat, as you see here. You type fix Admech right in this box. Well, in this box here, you type it there. And then your name is put in here. You'll see that there's blue ticks and not blue ticks. If you are not have no blue tick next to your name, it means you haven't entered, you haven't typed exclamation point fix Admech in chat. As you can see, we have channel member luck. So if you are a channel member, you're 10 times more likely to win. If you are a regular viewer, a grey name cringe, you have 1 chance to win, but it's way better to try and get 10 chances. You can do that by becoming a member for as little as £1.99 a month. Okay. Only 50. Yeah, there's only 50. There's 100 people watching, I think. 120 watching. Max, across the tabletop, Arhane, Average Mod, Bam and Big C are in. Chris Hall, Congress Jury, Constrained, CA, Steno, D2 Silent, D6 Tabletop, Datsun Des Decknell, Deowag, Dr. Deanbag, Dunra, Garrett Fisher, Gaz of All Trades, Greeder, Greg Easter, JD, J. Taylor, James Allen, Jace, Jester, Jimmy Williams, Joe Go, Jordan McKellar, Justice Sanders, Nori, Cool Toonami, Lambo, Liam Martin, Mercenary Q, Mute the Howl, OC, Organ UK, Popcorn Scorpion, Rich Beeden, Rodney Gall, Ryan Meek, Saltism, Stanley Pedal, Stu Goggin, The Lone Wolf, and this guy Dante and Thomas Hume have entered to win. If you did not hear your name read out, you have not entered to win. Okay? You've not entered to win the giveaway. Hey, thanks for coming, member Garrett. Really appreciate you. There you go. You just got 10 times many entries for £1.99. And you get to join our Discord now and get to join the members area. So make sure you link your accounts. There's 55 entrants. 55 entrants. Has Matty got in before we pull it? Matty's in. It's easy as that. Look at what Matty did. He's great. He fixed it. We're going to do the giveaway in 5. Maybe. I love this song. It's so good. This song is good. What am I fixing Admech for? For a dice tin. Exclusive Hellstorm dice tin that's only available via giveaways from stream. And some dice. Right, I've let it run over so long now. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to Stino! Stino, say hello. Say hello. Are you there, Stino? If you are here, please say something. There's been some kind of mistake. That's not my name. Cateno, congratulations. You've just won a dice tin. Hellstormwargaming dice tin and some dice. I'm running out of these. I'm going to have to get some more. I can see you. Well done, mate. Well done. So, Stino, I think you're in our Discord. I'm pretty sure you're in our Discord. Congratulations to you. Drop me a DM with your details. And I'm going to get all the prizes from the last week sent out tomorrow. I haven't managed to get to the post office yet. How should I need to bribe you for a damn tin? You're going to have to keep entering, Max. I've tuned in every stream. Tune in every single stream. Congratulations, mate. You've just won a dice tin. Your messages are finally showing up. There we go. So drop me a DM on Discord, proving that you own the account, and I'll get that sent out to you. Okay? But congratulations to everyone who's entered. Commiserations to everyone who didn't win. Thanks so much for hanging out today. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I feel like we've gone through a lot there. We've had the new points come out as well, nice and early, which is cool. But yeah, that's it from me today. Thank you so much for becoming members and gifting memberships. Obviously, we had 10 gifted from ICD Chief. We had a bunch of resubs, new subs, and gifted from everybody. And I really appreciate you all. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much, guys. It's been really fun today. Why is he doing that? Why are you not playing? Why are you not playing? I want to close out on a song. Please play. There we go. Thanks so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I think I'm going to be back Friday evening for maybe a chat stream and then a game stream. I've been playing Lethal Company and it's pretty fun. Lethal Company is pretty fun and I'm tempted to play it on stream with members. So let me know what you think, what you reckon to Lethal Company. I was playing last night with some random people. I had a great time. So I might play it on stream with viewers, which might be fun. I think it'd be fun to play on stream. So maybe we'll do that Friday night. Lethal Company is silly fun. Yeah, so if you want to play Lethal Company on stream, come and hang out Friday night. We'll probably do that. We'll do a little bit of a chat show thing. And then we'll go on to play some Lethal Company. So that's it. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being you. Thanks for the support. I can't thank you enough. And yeah, one step closer to getting a tattoo. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everyone.